Tuesday. I know I usually don't go live on Tuesdays, but I was getting ready to make a chicken pot pie and throw it into the freezer. And I thought, I'm not doing anything else, I'll go live. So give people a couple seconds to come on. I am putting together a cheater's version of chicken pot pie. I do not like to make chicken pot pie from complete scratch because I'm just too lazy. So here's what I'm using in my cheater's version. So I have some shredded chicken, which is so easy to make either in the slow cooker, on the stove, or in the Instapot. I just took some boneless, skinless chicken breast, and it was actually completely frozen when I started cooking it. I put it in the Instapot with salt, pepper, some chopped up onion, and a little bit of garlic, just a clove or two of garlic that I roughly chopped up. I took them out when they were done cooking, so there aren't big hunks of onion in here. And did I say salt and pepper? And I put it on high pressure for about 90 minutes, and it was completely tender and soft, and it just shredded up like a dream. So I'm going to put some of this in here, and I am not a measurer. This is why I don't bake. So I'm just going to eyeball how much I think I'll use. And if I have extra filling, I'll go ahead and make a second, maybe like hand pot pies to put in the freezer later on. But, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. This should be more than enough. Hey, Christine. And then I'm gonna put some frozen vegetables. So this is mixed frozen vegetables from, I got these at Food Lion. This has, let's see, corn and carrots and green beans and peas in it. So I'm gonna get a knife. Here we go. I thought I had a knife out. And again, I am not one for measuring. I much prefer just to dump things in until it looks about right. So my husband is much more of a chicken eater than a veggie eater. Surprise, surprise. And so I'm gonna make this heavy on the chicken. So far it's just chicken and frozen vegetables. Now I'm putting this straight back into the freezer, so I'm not letting the vegetables thaw. But if I was going to cook it right now, I would have gone ahead and cooked the vegetables, because I would want to put a hot filling in a pie to stick it in the oven. Okay, so cheater version, I'm using canned gravy. And again, I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing until it looks right. I'll be right with you. Okay, Izzy's doing her schoolwork today. Where are you going? Come here.
I'm looking for any vegetables.
We'll close the fridge for right now. But hey, close the fridge. Come here. We'll look at vegetables when we're done. Say hi. I don't want you to see how messy my fridge is. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Homeschooling at its best. Hey, I'm live. So I'm just eyeballing it, and I'm gonna dump a second one in there. Yeah, this is an easy cheater's version of chicken pot pie, and I'm not even making the crust from scratch. So, all right, that looks good to me. Nice and creamy. Go away. Kids and dogs. Y'all, kids and dogs. This is my day. Okay, so look, super easy filling. That's all there is to it. Now, I'm even cheating even worse than normal. Normally, I would use a Pillsbury roll-out pie crust and put it in my own pan if I'm gonna bake it now. Because I'm putting this in the freezer, I'm using a deep dish pie crust that's already in the disposable pan from Harris Teeter. Was on sale. Go away. She's gonna sit like right behind me until I give her some of this chicken mix. But I'm doing an even more cheater version, and I'm gonna fill this up as much as I can. This is so easy, and like I said, if I was gonna cook it, I would go ahead and have this all piping hot. I would have cooked the vegetables, then thrown it all into a pan instead of a bowl, and had it all hot and ready to go. But I'm doing the freezer. Now the dog's coughing, goodness gracious. And I'm going to use a roll-out pie crust to do the top. Now, this was actually in the freezer because pie crusts freeze amazingly well without being cooked. And then, so you can freeze is this gonna stick? I'm gonna have to do some water around the edge. You can freeze it cooked, but you're gonna get a much better result if you freeze it uncooked and then just bake it. And you don't even have to let it thaw out before you cook it. You can stick it in the oven frozen, kind of like think of like a Stouffer's frozen lasagna or whatever. You don't have to thaw it out before you cook it. So I'm just pushing down the edges here on my nose edges to seal it. And then I'm gonna cut off the extra. And then we'll make a steam hole, and that's it. And then I'm going to actually not even cover this up because I'm gonna freeze it till it's hard, and then I'm gonna put it in a food saver bag. It's gonna be a while until we cook it. She says the dog's coughing. She was probably trying to eat something she shouldn't be. I don't think she has the coronavirus. She hasn't gone anywhere. Did you pre-bake the pie shell? I didn't. You could if you want it super crispy. I like it kind of like a dumpling personally, but the pie bottom is actually frozen right now, so it's not gonna soak up a whole bunch. So voila, done. And I'm just gonna cut some little steam to let the steam come out. Not super pretty or anything, just cutting some holes. And then I'm gonna stick it in the freezer. So I'll probably wrap it up with a little bit of saran wrap just so it doesn't get messed up while it's freezing. About a day or so later, once it's completely frozen solid, I will put it in the food saver bag and food saver it so that it is, you know, well preserved. It's not gonna get, I don't know what word I'm looking for. But then when I'm ready to use it, I'll take it out of the food saver bag, stick it in the oven, and brush it with a little bit of butter or egg whites to make the top nice and golden, and it'll be delicious. So, missed the beginning. Okay, so just to recap, I just used shredded chicken. It was just frozen chicken. I put in the Instapot with salt, pepper, garlic, and onions, and then I took out the garlic and the onions before I shredded the chicken, so there's not big chunks of anything. And then I mixed it with some frozen mixed vegetables and gravy. That's all. That's all that's in it. And then I'm gonna stick it in the freezer. You could bake it. Now I have extra, so I'll probably use the other pie crust that I have to make some little hand pot pies we'll have for lunch this week. So, okay, freezer burn. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't want it to get freezer burn, so I'm gonna use the food saver vacuum sealer bag. So that's it. I'm gonna clean up my mess and then get ready to start finishing up matchups. If you haven't checked it out on MealOutSavingMom.com, we have all the new deals that are starting on Wednesday and a ton of great deals that are running right now. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you. Okay, Ruth says, oh no, Ruth says that her kitchen ceiling sprinkler systems burst and her whole living room ceiling collapsed onto the floor. That's horrible. Angie, Angie's asking what temperature do you cook and how long? You know what? My brain is escaping me right now. I want to say 350, but I'm not sure. I have to go pull out my recipe and I'll let you know for sure. I will, Angie and Christina, I will drop a comment with the directions once I'm finished cleaning this up because I don't want to tell you wrong and I don't remember off the top of my head. So I'm going to log off here, put all my stuff away. Hope you guys have a great week. I'll be live again tomorrow with the shop with me. I'm going to go to Harris Teeter and Food Lion tomorrow. Bye guys.